Hey everyone, my name is Krajca, and I'm one of the online English faculty for One Day Academy. And I wanted to take just a few minutes of your time to talk to you about the courses that I'll be offering online for the 2026-2027 school year. So, all the classes that I'm going to be teaching are high school classes. I'll be teaching High School English 1, High School English 2. High School English 3, as well as American Literature. So let me walk you through the registration process while also giving you a little more information about all four of those classes. I'm just going to head to my faculty page, which you can find by going to onedayacademy.com. You can also then, up in the little search bar right here, search for my first name or my last name. And surprise, surprise, I'm the only Kirsten Krajca at One Day Academy. I also want to point out real quick before we get too far, my phone number is right here. I would love for you to shoot me a text if you have any questions about any of the things that I mentioned today. And then there's also my email address. Always happy to hear from families or prospective families. Once you're on my faculty page, you can click right here where it says course and registration information. You'll see all of my contact information again, as well as the two registration forms. So I have registration forms for the 2026-2027 school year, as well as for the summer of 2026. So just make sure that you're clicking on the correct form that you're looking for. So there are classes listed here that I'm not, in fact, teaching online. I'm just teaching in person. So if you want to know more about the courses, what you can do is you just can come here. You can click on this and it'll take you to the course description page. So for High School English 1, I recommend that this class is taken by freshmen. Maybe you have a student who's a young sophomore or a sophomore who hasn't had any previous structured English instruction. Bring them on, bring them on. Maybe you have an eighth grader who thrives in English and you think perhaps this class would be a good fit for them. I would also love to work with those kiddos. I have 13-year-olds all the way up to 16-year-olds in High School English 1. So there's a suggested age range, but it's geared for ninth or 10th graders. Again, it's a really great class for freshmen. This will be let's see, my 10th year with One Day Academy, my 7th year with ODA Online, and this will be the 6th year, I believe, that I have taught this curriculum. So when I look at High School English 1, here's some more information about it. The main thing that I really love about High School English 1 is it instructs students on the structure of writing. You learn, well, students learn, probably not you. Students learn different styles of writing and they just learn all about the structure. They learn do research, they learn about MLA. It gives them such a solid foundation as they move on to the next stages of high school. After High School English 1, you have a couple options, and I would love to chat with you more about those. So if you're like, I don't know which class would be a good one, my student's already taken High School English 1, let's just chat real quick. But your student could take American Literature or potentially High School English 2. I'm going to keep talking about high school English classes. So we're going to move to that. High School English 2 takes the structure that we learned in High School English 1 and adds into it the rhetorical analysis process. So we study rhetorical situations, we study Aristotle's triangle, ethos, pathos, logos. We not only look for finding it in writing, we then apply it to our own writing. Students don't just do research papers, they do an argumentative research paper. So it's just taking everything that we did in high school English 1 and kicking it up a notch. This is geared for sophomores, juniors, seniors. I do strongly recommend that students have high school English 1 or an equivalent before they take high school English 2. Then we have high school English 3. That is a new course for One Day Academy. Let me find that for you. It was piloted this year, so this will be the first year that I'm teaching it, and I'm really excited about it. So just like High School English 2 takes what was learned in High School English 1 and builds off of it, that's exactly what's happening with High School English 3. So we're taking the rhetorical analysis that we learned and we're adding in some studies of informal logic. We're adding in there different kinds of structures of arguments. And the culmination of this course is actually a thesis presentation. Students will write a thesis, defend their thesis, and give it as a speech. And this is just a wildly excellent way for students to prepare for what they're going to see in college if they do pursue collegiate academics. I'm really excited to teach this course. You can learn more about the things that are going to be covered right here, but it is an excellent course that I'm really excited about teaching. The final course that I'll be teaching with ODA Online is American literature. The thing that everybody loves about American literature is this book list. It is a very robust book list. We read through books chronologically, starting with The Scarlet Letter and ending with The Outsiders. Students, that I tell parents all the time, this is not just book club. Your student's not going to just come and talk about how the book makes them feel. What we do is we study the author, we study the setting, we study the context for when this book was written so that students can better analyze what they're reading. Students will be writing in this class, so even though it's not an English class per se, they will still be writing and having that writing instruction from me. So that's it. Those are the 4 classes that I am teaching. You can learn more about any of them on our courses section of the website. You can reach out to me with any questions that you might have. More than happy to have a conversation with you about if a course would be a good fit for your student. One of the things that I didn't mention earlier, so if you're still with me, thanks, is that not only am I a teacher at One Day Academy, but I'm also a homeschool mom. I have been homeschooling for 17 years now, and I'm also a homeschool graduate. Our family is a second generation homeschool family. I love homeschooling. I love the calling that is placed on families to homeschool, and I would be honored to walk with you on your homeschool journey. I've been where you are. I am where you are because I am still on my homeschool journey for my youngest. And one of the things I love about ODA is the camaraderie that can be built. So if you want to use me as a sounding board, if you just want to pick my brain, you now have my contact information. Reach out. I'd be happy to work with you. I'd be happy to chat with you. Let me know how I can come alongside of you. Thanks for your time.